And speaking about fall sports, we heard on last Thursday, that the first Division One schools and universities have canceled fall sports, and the conference is the Ivy League. Now, when you think about Ivy League, you think about Harvard's, Yale's, Princeton's. You just think about books. You don't think about any athletic competition. Even though Harvard during March Madness history has been able to upset a lot of teams, nobody's really trying to see a Harvard football game. Nobody's trying to see a Yale football game. Nobody's trying to see a Princeton football game, Columbia football game. Some schools are still in the mindset that okay, they still have the right to open their doors with the proper precautions. They are Division III programs which are still going to be open, but with major precautions. When my alma mater, our conference is going to be open with a lot of precautions. So you have Division III schools opening, and Ivy League, the Ivy League conference. Nobody has been looking for that. So it doesn't hit. It's not hitting us like it needs to hit us. Because this could have been a very monumental decision that happened. Oh, well, the Division One school canceled their fall sports. To be honest, in the NCAA itself, football and basketball are 1 and 2 in what brings the NCAA its most revenue. So having the Ivy League do that, but nobody watches the Ivy League. That's the thing, that you can't. Nobody cares about the Ivy League unless it's March Madness, and then you're watching the first day of March Madness. You're saying, "Oh, one of my sleepers was Harvard. I had Harvard going into the round of 32 or the Sweet 16." And that's it. That's the only time Ivy League comes up to your noggin. I don't really think this means anything for the Power 5 conferences. So the Big 12, Big 10, ACC, Pac-12, and I'm missing one. I can't think about it. SEC, the biggest one I'm missing. What does that mean for the Power 5 schools? Well, at this moment, people are coming back. I actually got a report that the precautions that about a bunch of D1 schools, like such as in the Big 12, are doing, are that they are limiting, workout space. People may have the virus, but once they detect that, they have to quarantine, and then the athlete is right back up. It's not those horrible stories that we've seen on the news station or whatever. It's been pretty safe sailings. And then these schools are in Texas. So Texas, one of the states that have been rising since about June, the beginning of June. Big schools in Texas have been have been taking proper measures, proper precautions, and have been finding success. If those schools, big schools like that, if those schools are doing that, the other big schools, the Clemsons, the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Oklahomas are doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. There has been questions about having only in-conference matchups, which I really don't agree with. I don't really want that. I want to see one of the big games this year should have been Ohio State versus Oregon. I want to see that game. I want to see how Oregon faces up to a potential a team that's supposed to be ranked number 1 in the whole Power 25. I want to see how they rank up against that. I want to see. I don't have the schedule off the top of my head, but let's say Auburn. I know Auburn's going to play a Power 5 team. I want to see Auburn go out and play and show that, oh, this is why the SEC is the best conference in football. If let's say if the SEC was the team, what was the conference to say that they're going to cancel all their fall sports, that would have been a huge story. People would have taken more time to look deep into it and really understand what we are going through, what the football. I keep talking about football, but it's a lot of sports like volleyball, soccer, sports like that. But football is the main one. Football is the one that consumes the most fans and the most revenue for the NCAA. So I have to mention them the most. But let's talk about like if the SEC did that, then we have problems on here. And I think the SEC did that. Every other conference, Division 1 down to Division 3, and the NAIA JUCOs would have canceled fall sports. But since it's Ivy League, and we don't really care about the Ivy League, that's not happening. Now, the biggest question that is going to be on the minds of college football fans and I guess officials of the NCAA, how long will you guys be open for? How long will fall sports, in particular football, be open for? The question I have, will college football make it to bowl season unharmed? What do I mean by unharmed? Will a high number of college athletes have coronavirus, COVID-19? Will that be the case? And it doesn't have to be just in football. Will it be overall, like all the fall sports, and then they have to cancel? Or does it have to be, okay, well, the volleyball team had a bunch of COVID cases, but college football teams are having a bunch of cases. So let's cancel volleyball. Let's keep football. Is it going to be like that? That's a big question. If there's I don't want to say small cases, but if there's a medium-sized case, like just a little uptick from September to October, like a little uptick, let's say about like maybe 2% an uptick, will that scare the NCAA officials and just cancel everything in October or in November? Those are a lot of questions. A lot of the NFL, NCAA, NBA too, because they still haven't started their season yet, so they could still technically opt out. MLB as well. Every league, especially outdoor league, is like they are. There's a lot of work that has to be done within these next couple of weeks. A lot of work that has to be done.